This project is called Uku360 and it's my first voyage into 360 VR. I really wanted to transport people to the ocean, and it's a place that I guess hold very dear to myself. It has a huge sentiment to me, and I guess that feeling is something I wanted to be able to translate to other people. The reason to do Uku in 360 VR would create an insight to what the ocean is, how powerful it is, and the relationship that we could potentially have with the place. Nice and cold?
Oh. Yeah, this is a great spot here. Obviously doing anything underwater in marine environments is pretty challenging, not to mention the weather and tides and everything else that is completely out of your control. Yes, there are all sorts of dive housings you can get for various more cinematic cameras. In terms of 360, there's not a huge amount of option out there. So we thought it was appropriate to actually use this as an opportunity to explore custom options which met the needs of the project. You know, 3D modelling and printing and prototyping. It's been a great journey, and as it turns out, it's lucky we designed the rig the way we did, and actually that was a consideration. Each camera I wanted to have its own housing, so that if something happened, if one of the housings failed, something went wrong, you only lose one camera. So that was lucky, because on day 2, the SEAL somehow managed to unlatch one of the housings. They were very curious. Destroyed the camera, but it was only one camera. Whereas a lot of other solutions out there involve one housing for all cameras. So if there's a breach, you lose the whole rig. So it was just a case of switching out with one of the spares up on deck, and we kept shooting.
Some of the things that we explored, for example, the shot where we're sinking into the abyss, you know, getting the sense of timing while Piers and I kind of wound in a fishing line.
Got a good variety of speeds there.
This is the moment at which the story takes off and the adventure gets going.
Even though you have a lens in front, or even the lens is looking on the side, because with the normal camera, when you're out of the frame, that's it. But with a 360, there is almost no out of the frame. So yeah, there is no hiding point. That's the thing with 360, I think. And then also for people who are scared of the water, but they like to see the stuff underwater. So they can try with the headset where they can breathe and then try to see how it's like underwater. And then I think that's really beautiful, and then that's amazing. So you really can see it or feel it from the footage, and that's really strong, I think.
The script writing was really important to me. I wanted to take the actual archetype of the hero's journey into the sense of the character who is playing yourself in the VR story. Because still with 360 video, you're not necessarily engaging with the sense outside of you, but we could work with engaging with the sense inside of our minds to create a deeper sense of immersion.
Where conscious meets unconscious, and journeys become encounters.
Ultimately, I feel like I want to enable people to have an experience with the ocean that they will remember forever.
This is the first time I've seen 360 VR, yeah, and it's the first time I put a headset on, actually. So for me, it's quite overwhelming. Although I know that the underwater environment from spending so many hours down below the surface, it's still quite an incredible experience to put VR on and realise what potential it has to share that with other people. And the ability to capture that connection allows people to make change in their world, which I hope ultimately is going to also help protect the ocean.
We wanted to develop a prototype, a pilot, that allowed Cassie the space and flexibility and freedom to really explore some different ways of using VR content. So it's not, whilst the shoot was complex, the fact that it was multivariate gave us enough room to be able to have a lot of things to play with. It was really a rich tapestry of things and ideas that we could pull together in the production process. So we've just finished that phase, and we've got some really strong outcomes. We're really happy with what we've produced, but at the same time, we're really happy with the knowledge that we've learned, not just for this project, but to help position us for the next, the entire series, because we're aiming to do quite a few of these.